It is players ratings time. If you're expecting a match review, then you've came to the wrong video. That video though is available on the channel. I'm not going to talk about the game here. We may have to talk about key points when it comes to certain players, but this is basically just going through both sets of teams, and we're going to give the ratings out of 10. I say we're, technically I am, but we do have a special guest in this video. It's the one and only Gaming Jesus. If you haven't subscribed to him, I don't know what you're waiting for. Second best channel on YouTube, behind WJ, who deletes this.
I thought you were going to put yourself over
nah, I'll settle for third. I'll settle for third. Yeah, disappointing to lose 2-1, but I've got over it, guys. I've already, shown my annoyance in the match review. So here we go, player ratings. Let's do this. We're going to start off with the goalkeepers, then we'll go to the next player, and the next player. So I'm not just going to do one entire team. And then when we'll get to the managers. So first off, for me, Craig Gordon, I'm giving him a 6. I thought he played alright tonight. I mean, there was questionable.
He's at fault for the first goal.
Well, that's debatable.
Well, who's that Atkinson prick? He's at fault for
I think a goalkeeper, Craig Gordon's ability, probably would think he should be saving that, but I mean, you can allow Craig Gordon with one mistake. I mean, the guy's so good that I'm not going to throw him under the bus. I'm not going to blame him for this loss.
I'm not throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. That's fine. I'm just saying. I think apart from that, I don't think he put a step wrong. Now, I get he didn't have any spectacular saves to make, but let's be real. Celtic did have a lot of chances, and Craig Gordon saved them. So, I thought he commanded his box all right. Came out, grabbed anything that was near him. I thought he had a good game, and if he doesn't concede that first goal, then, I'll probably give him a bit higher, but just due to it was questionable. So we're going to give him a 6. Joe Hart, this might be controversial. I'm giving him a 5, even though he conceded 1 goal less than Gordon. I did not feel like Joe Hart had that much to do. No. Even when Hearts did get into the game, they couldn't really force Joe Hart into making saves. And to me, it was an average game for Joe Hart. Didn't have much to do. And when he did have something to do, he got pegged by Boyce. So, I'm giving Joe Hart a 5. That's basically how the cookie crumbles here. Up next for Hearts, Alex Cochrane. Not his best game, not his worst game. For me, he was just there. He's getting a 5 for me.
I agree with that.
Janelly for Celtic, kind of similar. Again, to me, average game. Did not stand out. I'm going to give Janelly a 5. Kingsley gave the ball away at the start of the second half, almost led to Celtic going 3-0 up. Not as great as game. I mean, it wasn't horrible by any means, but again, a bit like Cochrane to me. He's had a lot better performances than this. I'm going to give Kingsley a 5. Carter Vickers, I felt Celtic's best defender in this game. At times, he carries Starfelt. Starfelt still not convinced he's a great player. I think Carter Vickers is a much stronger teammate at centre-back. I'm giving Starfelt a 6. I felt like he was the best player that Celtic had, and there was a few occasions where he did have to come over and save Starfelt.
I just don't rate Celtic's defence. So as soon as a wee bit of pressure on it, the arse collapses.
Do you agree with a 6 for Vickers, or?
Probably, but I don't rate either of them though. Don't rate either of them.
Alright, well, fine.
You fucking state Spurs.
Craig Halcott, I'm giving a 6. Thought he was solid until his injury. Again, I thought he had a good game. Was a part of the one chance he came forward and it almost led to a goal.
I thought he was quite mediocre compared to his tag team partner though.
I'm giving him a 6. Do you agree with that, or?
I think that's a wee bit high.
Well, I'm giving him a 6. It's not your review, it's mine.
Well, that's alright.
Up next, Starfelt. Again, for me, looked dodgy. Never looked that great. I'm giving him a 4. I thought he was Celtic's worst player.
Well, it's your review, not mine.
Well, I'm giving him a 4. I don't think he deserved much more than that. Moving on to John SOUTTAR. For me, was the best player in a maroon shirt tonight. I'm giving SOUTTAR a 7. Made some good challenges. Made a couple of crucial blocks. His ball forward in the 95th minute was pretty shit, but that's all I can really say about him. Should he maybe defend it better against Giamakis? I don't know. The Giamakis goal was pretty good. I don't think we can really blame SOUTTAR for that.
And it was offside.
And it was marginally offside. I'm giving SOUTTAR a 7. I don't think he done much wrong tonight, and I thought he was our best player.
The Rangers, man, I felt like he was Hearts' best player tonight.
Greg Taylor, Celtic, left back, didn't have much to do, squared up to Cammy Devlin. Cammy Devlin's about 4 foot tall, but would still knock him out. I think Taylor's overrated. I don't think he's good enough for Celtic. I didn't think he was great tonight. I'll give him a 5.
He's a come-on left back playing at Celtic.
Aye. Maybe Steve Clark made him look a lot better than he actually is.
A lot of people in that team. Stevie O'Donnell being one of them.
I'm giving Greg Taylor a 5. Yeah, that could be true, because it's funny how Stevie O'Donnell's absolute pish from Motherwell.
Oh,
Still plays well for Scotland. The Rolls Royce, Michael Smith, didn't get to see much of him after 20 minutes with an injury. I'm going to give him a 5. I feel like it'd be harsh to give him anything lower than a 5, and I can't give him anything more.
His engine stalled, and his arse collapsed, and he gets sent down the tunnel.
I'm going to give Beaton for Celtic a 5. No idea how this guy's the captain. I don't think he done much apart from pick up a yellow card. Kind of just a passenger in that midfield, really. I know he's got the holding role. You don't expect to see the extravagant stuff from Beaton, but to me, the Celtic must have better than this guy. Not a fan. I'm giving him a 5.
Well, look at James McCarthy. Is he better?
Well, that's debatable. He wasn't bad, but again, he didn't stand out. He wasn't good. Peter Haring, I'm going to give a 5. I don't know why.
Why does he start every game? He's shite.
I don't know why Haring started over Benny, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe they felt that he offered a bit more defensive-minded player. He got a bit more physicality, a bit more height to him. Maybe Nielsen thought that would benefit us having him in the middle of the park. He sits a bit deeper than Benny. Would maybe make it harder to break down, but for me, Benny should have started this game. I mean, I'm not blaming Haring, but he's just not as good as Benny. I'm giving him a 5.
I think that's fair enough.
Up next, O'Reilly for Celtic. I'm actually going to. I thought this guy was man of the match. I'm giving him an 8.
He won the man of the match.
I thought he was the best player on the pitch. Created quite a few chances. Set up the assist for Giamakis. Had a few chances of his own. Played some good passes. The only thing I think he done wrong was Jota played him in about the 60th minute, and he had a really, really good opportunity to go for a goal, but he decided to. I don't even know what he done. It was like one of the most timid shots / pass attempts you've ever seen, and it just rolled into Craig Gordon's hands. But that's really the only thing he done wrong, and for me, he was the man of the match. I'm giving him an 8. A bit of a spoiler, I guess. No one else is getting higher than an 8, but it is what it is. Cammy Devlin didn't last that long after the second half. Went off about the 50th minute, but for me, one of the best players for us in the first half. Was one of the only few guys showing a bit of fight and determination to get onto balls, and I thought Cammy Devlin we had a good game while he was on the pitch. Did pick up a booking, but I didn't think there was much in it. Did not think he deserved the yellow card. I'm giving him a 6. Rio Hatate scored a screamer. Should Gordon have done better? We don't know, but you can't really criticise the strike or say too much wrong about the strike. It was a quality strike, and yeah, he did a decent game. But, I mean, for the strike alone, the goal alone, I think he deserves a pretty high score, and I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was pretty good in the midfield, along with O'Reilly. Up next, with Barry Mckay. Very controversial. I'm giving him a 4. I thought he done absolutely nothing, apart from the assist to Boyce, which was a decent goal, a decent assist, decent goal, played him through. But really, I mean, Boyce was, the space was there. Boyce was timing the run. Questionably offside. I'd be disappointed if he didn't make that ball. But I mean, that is the only thing I think Mckay done alright this entire match. First half, he was terrible. Second half, he got involved in the game more, but the quality just was not there. Yeah, he got the ball more, he got involved more, but did he do much with it? Absolutely not. I'm giving Barry Mckay a 4. And that would have been a 3 if he never got the assist. It is what it is. Speaking of 3, that's what Josh Janelly gets. Absolutely woeful. Done nothing the first half. He'd one opportunity, and his cross, went right into the stands. And like I said in my match review, there was more chance of me finding God than there was this ball into the box finding the maroon shirt. It was a terrible attempt at a cross, and it was pretty much the only thing he'd done. So for me, Josh Janelly gets a 3. I've just noticed I've skipped Forrest. That's because I don't think he'd done much in the game. I'll give him a 6, but I thought he was... I don't think he was one of Celtic's best attacking players at all. Giamakis, lovely wee finish with a goal, but apart from that, didn't really rate him. I'm going to give him a 6 because it was a good finish and he scored, but overall, I don't think it was anything great. Liam Boyce, very disappointed with Liam Boyce. He scored. Even the goal, I'm going to criticise him because I think he should have slotted it through for Sims. Very greedy for Boyce. I mean, he's not that good that he can guarantee a goal. I mean, he did peg Joe Hart in the end, but he should have slotted it to Sims, who had an easy tap. And I'm giving Boyce a 4. I thought he was bad tonight. And he missed the penalty. Scores that penalty. Hearts probably get a 2-2 draw. If not, I think we had the momentum. We would have had even more momentum had that went in. Perhaps we could have went on and won it. But he missed it. It is what it is. I'm giving him a 4. You might think that's harsh. I don't care. That's my rating. And Jota, again, was lively. It was good while he lasted on the field. I'm going to give Jota a 7. Thought he's pretty good for Celtic. Moving on to the subs now. Atkinson, his first major contribution to the game was passing the ball to fucking Hatate, who scored. So for that, automatically straight in the bad books. But I thought he did play well throughout the remainder of the game. He made some good tackles. And even going forward, he looked pretty decent.
I'm going to pick with this
but I'm giving him...
nobody cares what you're giving them, right? Well, it's your player ratings. But see, at the end of the game, he just... There was no fight. He kept on giving them throw-ins. And it pissed me off. He ruined extra time. Or added time.
I'm giving him a 4 for the simple fact is... I could have arguably gave him a 6, but he passed the ball straight to Hatate for the goal. And you just can't afford to do that. It was a terrible looking pass. I don't know what he was trying to do, but whatever he done, he fucking assisted Celtic, so he's getting a 4 for that. Abada came on, done absolutely nothing in my opinion. Again, didn't have a lot of time. I'll give him a 5, he was just there. Sims, thought he offered good aerial threat when he came on. Done a lot better. Done more up front than Boyce did, that's for sure. We looked more threatening with him up front, and I did feel like he was challenging for more balls. And yeah, I just thought we looked more likely to win things with him up front than we ever did with Boyce. So I'm going to give Sims a 6. I thought the game changed in our favour when he came on. Mccarthy came on. Done nothing really. He was just got brought on really, didn't he, to waste a bit of time to get some fresh legs onto the pitch. I'm going to give McCarthy a 5. Average game for an average player with an average amount of time to make an impact. Benny, similar to Sims, thought he played well when he came on, got quality about him, we all know that. Why he didn't start, honestly, I don't know. I'm going to give him a 6. Gary Mckay-Steven, wasted a shot, I'm giving him a 3. Andy Halliday, wasted a shot, I'm giving him a 3. Manager ratings, Robbie Nielsen, I would have gave him a 3 before, based on maybe not a 4-3, based on the first half, but the second half we were a different team, and I think you've got to contribute that to him, especially when he made the changes, when he brought Sims and Benny on. We just looked at a totally different team, and I thought the longer the match went, we looked the much more likely team to score, but we didn't. We essentially handed Celtic a 45-minute head start with a 2-goal head start. You can't afford to do that against the best team in Scotland, and I'm going to give Robbie Nielsen...
They're playing Hearts?
No, actually Hearts were playing Celtic.
I know.
We can't play yourself, mate. So I'm giving Nielsen a 6, and as for Ange, I'll give Ange a 7. Celtics did start well. I think John Hartson is slightly overrating though how good Celtic were first half. He says we were scintillating, and I thought Hearts were shit. At first half, I thought we were really poor.
Is it more Hearts or shit or more Celtic?
It was a combination of both. But to say that Celtic were... I don't think they were tremendous, phenomenal. I would not have used any of those words to describe Celtic. I would say they were good in the first half and they were in control. I wouldn't go much further than that. What I would say is, second half, they almost crumbled when Hearts got back in the game. They did look bad. And I think Ange has to deal with that because he's to take fault, surely. He must see the game was changing. And he should have made the changes to deal with that. But he doesn't seem to have a plan B. It just seems to be Ange ball. It seems to be trying to outscore the other team. And if the other team's coming forward, then you're fucked, really. So that's my ratings, guys. Man of the match for me was O'Reilly. Best player in a maroon shirt was SOUTTAR. I'm giving Nielsen a 6, Ange a 7. And I feel like if we could have performed in the first half the way we did the second, it would have been a totally different game. So that's it. Let us know what you think of the ratings. Let us know who you thought was the best player. Let me know who you thought was the worst player. But can we all agree that Gary Mckay-Steven's a waste of a shirt? I mean, I at least kind of respect Andy Halliday because he's kind of, he does play. He plays for, he might be a waste of a shirt, but he plays for the shirt, right? And I can respect that. Gary Mckay-Steven's just there, earning a paycheck, fucking shite. I mean, the guy's been crap for years. That's why Celtic didn't want him, and that's why Aberdeen got rid. So, Gary Mckay-Steven, to me, we need to get rid in the summer. That's it. Player ratings. Let me know what you thought down below. But until next time, being Son of Scotland TV, disappointing night, disappointing scoreline. But as they say in Call of Duty, we'll get him next time.
No, he's well now.
Till next time, though. Peace.